What's up, people? It's TJ. Welcome back to T's Time. We're back at it again. Still continuation of getting the bike situated. This video, I'm going to show you how to do a static timing adjustment on your CB550. This is a 1978 Honda CB550. Yeah, so we're going through. I was doing like the maintenance before, doing like a 1,500 mile service that's supposed to be done every 1,500 miles, which includes oil change, timing chain adjustment, and then your valve lash. So that's done. If you missed that, check out the previous video. Drop a link like right there if you want to check that out. But this one, we're going to start working on our just setting a static timing. I plan on upgrading to our electronic ignition because of the bike. The only drawback that I've had personally with the vehicle, even like when I was dailying it, was just condensers and points coming out of adjustment, or even just breaking points, like the little arms that go around to like the little crank that actually like push these to make them open and close. I actually snapped those. So like this has been only setback with the bike since I got it running. So pretty reliable. Otherwise, that was the only thing that would kind of keep me on the side of the road, or wouldn't really just need like a test light, some sandpaper to sand down your points, or even extra condensers, and even extra points too, because I did break one, so I usually have extra points and condensers with me, and not a timing light, but a 12 volt, like one of those what am I looking for? A test light. 12 volt test light. I have a mini one that I keep with me. So if you have that, it's pretty easy. So I'm going to show you how to go through and check and adjust if need be. Yeah, so as you can see, I do still have like the Phillips screws, or you use like a flat. I did order a Allen key set just because that's probably also one of the reasons why, is just actually being able to get a good bite on those and get those tightened down. So like those actually probably get a little loose and like stuff moves, especially like I was using this for like on the highways going like 65, 75, daily commute like an hour each way, what I was using this for. So it hasn't popped. I did get some like cylinder lift where I get some oil weepage from the oil gallery that runs like up through like right in here. Like I will get like a little weep like right there. So usually I'll put like a little paper towel or something in there just to catch that, so I don't get oil on my leg. But enough chatting, let me show you how to adjust or static adjust your timing on your CB550. So yeah. All right, so there's a couple ways we could test or adjust our timing or check our timing. The static way, using the filler gauges right here, or the better way, like I was saying, is with the test light. So when you're doing the filler gauge way, so you want to see the gap when the points actually start to open, so 1 to 4, and usually you want to see that when it's on the firing mark. Let's see if we can see in the little hole, right back in there, you'll see your F, and then you'll see your T, and that's for a cylinder. Right now it's on 2 to 3. So we're gonna rotate this, rotate 2, 1, and 4. So 1 and 4, and then there's a little mark in there, right there. And as you can see, 1 and 4 start to open right there, as you can see. So within range will be 0.016 thousandths of an inch to 0.012 thousandths of an inch. So on the shorter side, it doesn't fit. So to adjust that, you will loosen this Phillips screw right here, and you will open that gap just a little bit more. Or the way that I like to do it with the test light, you will ground out the test light. I have this nice little test light right here, which is pretty cool. It's a mini little test light, a nice little sharp little point. But you want to ground this out to the case block, and then like this actually does like somewhat thread in enough. Like you don't want to tighten it because it's not the correct thread pitch, but it's enough for it to hold itself into place. And you would put the alligator clip on the condenser, or the points for the 1 and 4 right there. And you also need to have a charged battery, because you will need to turn the ignition on to actually get that light to illuminate. So let me find my keys and I'll show you. All right. So on, ignition on, run. All right, run a little rough. Let's swap out those condensers to see if that helps smooth it out. Yeah, I'm gonna swap those out because you see, like, one is arcing, one is sparking, and the other one is not doing it much of anything. So I'm gonna swap both of those out for a new one. Like, I just want to make sure I could get it like running smooth before I even do like the electronic ignition, so at least we know we're at like a good base point. And then, like, if anything is wrong or if there's an issue with the electronic ignition, I have something to go back to. Yeah. But let me replace those so we could get this running. And yeah, that's all. Like, I don't have any sandpaper, but I do have new set of points also. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna replace both. I'm gonna do the points and the condensers on this. It's kind of like a good practice, like once in a while, like when you do your tune up and anything like that. It's probably like best to replace those anyway. So I'm gonna replace both of those with brand new condensers and points, and then we're gonna readjust and make sure we get everything within spec, and we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, definitely before you do anything, like if you're doing any modifications or thing, you want to make sure, like I said, a good healthy like start point already. You don't want to be sitting there trying to put band-aids on issues. So I want to run smooth before the electronic ignition goes on. So we're gonna get this stuff going, but let me get that stuff out. All right, so here goes a new set of points. This set right here is for the left side right here. This one is for the right side, and I do have some new condensers slash capacitors that I'm gonna install. So to do this, all you have to do, make sure you have your ignition off. You don't want any power coming through that. You don't want to get any chance of getting shocked at all. But you just need to loosen this nut right there. You don't even have to fully take that off, just so you could get this wire loose from the mounting point right here on the point system, to remove the capacitor right there. We need to remove both of these. I'm gonna just swap both of those out, and then just remove the nuts, or not the nuts, the bolts. Phillip heads or a flathead will get those out, and the same that applies with the condensers slash capacitors. The same for that. Swap them out, and then we're gonna readjust. And you can also see the wear. This is the old one, and this is the new one. Where the crank spins that makes this actually like lift is a little shorter than what is on the new one. So yeah. All right, so new condenser slash capacitor, new points are in right now. Now we're gonna go through and readjust to get everything set to how it's supposed to be with the test light. And like I said before, take your test light, ground it out to the body or the block, and I use that. Don't use that to tighten it all the way in, but just enough for it to keep it snug. And we're gonna do 1 to 4 first. Put your alligator clip 1 to 4. Like so. Let's get the timing over to the correct spot. Using our 24. That's in our little toolkit. So we're at 1 and 4 right now. And right before, we need our light to illuminate right there. So, ignition on. Like so. Take a screwdriver. You want this. Make sure you have it run. I didn't have that. I had it off. So make sure on and run. All right. So we have it right where we want it to be firing. And you know, to just come on. Right here. And I know my bolts, my nuts, my screws are janky. We are good right there. And now just a smidge. Cool. All right, so that's 1 and 4. So we're gonna go over and do our 2 to 3. Get that down out of the way. Two to 3, F firing like right there. It's about where we want our light to come on. All right. Make sure these are actually tight. Double check. All right, so supposedly it should be good. Let's give it another little start and see. So like everything, like I could tighten stuff more. But right now I just wanted to get this running, so I have them tight, snugged. I really don't like the screws that are on here. Like it really would be nice if I had like some Allen key and a little thread locker on there, like some blue thread locker. That would just keep everything from vibrating loose. But I just wanted to make sure like this plate was good before like electronic ignition stuff goes. All right, so run. It actually starts right up. So that runs a lot better. So yeah, because even like on the old point that I took off, like the little piece that sat on like that little crank, like the little lip part, was shorter than the other side, and the one side was sparked when the other wasn't. So now that those are replaced, it's actually running real nice. It's idling by itself. Sounds lovely. Sounds lovely. All right. So now that this is good, everything is good, you can go ahead and you actually hear me. All right. So now that that's good, so bada boom, bada bang, it's in, it's adjusted. That is done. So the bike is at a good running state. 1,500-mile service has been done with the chain tensioner on the last video, along with the valve lash slash tappets. In this video, we just adjusted our timing. We showed you both like the static if you're used to like the little, these jigs right here. Yeah, the filler gauges. It's not the most accurate, like it can get it done, but definitely get yourself a test light, make life a lot easier and make it quicker and more accurate for you. So yeah, so on the next video, or on the next video coming up eventually, we're gonna do our electronic ignition install. Since we have the bike running, it's good right now. So I want to say thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. Hopefully you gained something from this, and if so, please subscribe, please like, leave comments if you have any questions. Like, I don't mind trying to answer some stuff. And then also get yourself a manual. Like all my vehicles I have a manual for, like pickup truck, the van, the motorcycle. I have manuals for everything usually that I own or I get, just especially since I work on all my stuff. Just makes life easier. Torque specs, maintenance, recommendations of how to do stuff. So yeah, it makes your life easy. So until the next video, until next Wednesday, if the gas prices have you down, get up on a bike. Better mile per gallon, a little cost efficient. Wear items, tires and stuff are a little bit more cost efficient on a bike. Of course, you have to deal with the elements and stuff like that, but one way to avoid it, if you don't want an electric vehicle, get a bike and just don't hammer on it. Take it nice and easy, you'll get better miles per gallon. So I'll see you next Wednesday. Peace, TJ.